You're listening to Viking Radio, coming to you from Dream Street Studios at Del Mar College. Now your host, Dr. Natalie Chapa.
Good morning, Corpus Christi. I'm Dr. Natalie Chapa here joining you this morning with Mike B.
Good morning, Dr. Natalie.
Good morning, Mike. So everybody, we've got a Corpus Christi legend, local servant leader out in the community. I'm going to say his name and you're going to be like, I know him. We have got Dr. Ralph Silva, currently the interim CEO at the Boys and Girls Club of Corpus Christi,
Yes.
joining us today.
Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, Dr. Silva. So good to see you. And when I first met you, it was Dr. Silva.
Yes.
And so it's very hard
Right.
to call you anything but
Oh,
Dr.
that's
Silva.
fine. You can call me Ralph. Or you can call me anything you want.
Well, so many people know you from so many different areas in the city. So I'm sure everybody's got their own special name for you. But also joining us today is our Executive Director of Marketing and Events, coming back to the show, Mr. Jason Houlihan.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me again.
Houlihan, thanks so much for being here. We've got so many exciting things to talk about today. So there's a lot going right now, conversations regarding health in the community, sports, athletics. And so because of the work that the Boys and Girls Club does, right?
Right.
For the health and the safety of our kids in the coastal bend.
Correct.
And then also for Del Mar College and what we are doing in terms of that as well. We thought it'd be great to have you both on the show today to talk about that.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. But you are not just the interim CEO at the Boys and Girls Club. So when I first met you, you were at Corpus Christi Independent School District.
Correct. I was with the district for 34 years. I was a teacher. I was an assistant principal. I was
What did
a
you
principal.
teach?
I taught at Menger Elementary,
No.
right off the Louisiana Parkway in
Yes.
Alameda.
That's
I
our
was,
neighborhood elementary school.
I was there for 10 years. Then I became an assistant principal at Roshaw Elementary. I did that for 4 years. Then I became a principal at Prescott Elementary, and that's over off Galahar. That school no longer exists. Now it's got CI Elementary. And I was there for 5 years. Then I got moved to Roshaw Elementary, the new building.
Yes.
So I was there for 3 years. Then they moved me to Martin Middle School, and I was there for 4 years. Loved it. Then I went downtown as an executive director where I supervised principals.
That's right. And so there's going to be a lot of people out there who are listening to the show. They're like, wait, I remember Dr. Silva. I was in his office one time.
We had some great times, being at the Boys and Girls Club today. Some of the parents, they'll come up and they'll say, "You don't remember me?" And you know how the kids change their features as they
Yes.
And I go, you know what? Now I do
You can
remember
see
you.
it.
What a diplomatic way to say that people
Right.
get old,
You were in my office one time.
I had to call your parents.
Yeah. And someone will say, Dr. Silva, I just want to apologize for being so silly back then. As they grow and mature.
As
You
we get
were born
mature.
for that role.
And I loved it. Yeah.
And then, so we met through Leadership Corpus Christi, but you continued after you were a class member, which we just saw Dr. Patricia Benavides Dominguez in the hall.
That's right.
And Jason, they were going on and on about, was it class 45?
Leadership, Corpus Christi, class 45, best class ever.
So there's some debate there. I was 44. We were the best of the best. That's not what we came up with. That's what we were
Yeah,
told.
Dr.
You
Natalie
guys got
was,
told?
We
You guys
were-
didn't get to come up? We came up with 51 second to none. And we just pushed it, like filibustered them and didn't let them allow
we didn't
them.
have to come up with our own.
Was
We
that
were-
during the COVID?
No, right after COVID. Class 50 was COVID.
That was the
was rough.
longest class ever.
Yes.
COVID.
Yes.
Because they
I think
couldn't-
Patty Clark was
We'll let
the
him have that
chair for
title.
that
They
one.
couldn't graduate because of the COVID. They
That's
couldn't.
right. Who was your chair, Jason?
My chair was Deanna.
Oh, Deanna Havlin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. So, and you from there, but then you were also for the musicians out there in the world and the live music people who love to go out to concert venues. You were also a musician.
Yes, I'm a local musician. I play in a couple of bands. We play local venues here, the downtown area, Port A, on the island. So it's just a lot of fun. I play guitar, and so I'm taking my musical abilities. I'm bringing them to the Boys and Girls Club, and we've started a music program there. We surveyed the kids and asked them, what would y'all like? And they said, podcasting. They said theater. And they said music. I said, okay, so let's talk music.
You're like, I know music. I
Yeah,
can
so
do
so
this.
they started talking about different bands that they listen to. Some kids saying, my dad has a guitar, or I have a guitar, whatever it is. So we brought them in, and because we're having summer camp right now, we brought them in, and I'm teaching them, how to play the instrument, and they're loving it, and they're getting pretty good. They're
That's
getting pretty
awesome.
good. You guys are going to be good if you keep this going. You're going to be a great musician because they're about 14, 15 right now.
It would be great, might be, if we could get somebody from the college to go talk to them about the music program, specifically about that.
We would love that. We
So
would love
let's
that.
Yeah,
put
we'll do
let's
that.
make a note of that. So, Dr. Silva, you've done so much. Again, you were talking about your time as a teacher, an assistant principal, and principal. Then you went into administration. What was it about then stepping into this role at the Boys and Girls Club that spoke to you?
Well, so when I retired from CCISD, I'm also an adjunct professor at Texas A&M, Corpus Christi.
Oh, nice.
The
Okay.
graduate College of Ed graduate classes, those teachers.
I'm getting ready to teach in the fall.
Oh, fantastic!
Awesome.
Those
Okay.
teachers that are seeking their certification in administration.
Okay.
So I teach. I'm one of the field supervisors. So I love that.
Wow.
Because I get to go to the schools, I get to observe, visit them, and give them feedback. So that's another thing I do. So then I started working part-time at the Boys and Girls Club as a grant writer, resource development officer.
Okay.
And I did that for 2.5 years. Our CEO left, so the board approached me and asked, would you like to be our interim CEO? And I said, because it is the Boys and Girls Club, and I've always been associated with the club in some way, shape, or form my whole career. I said, yes, I'd love to be the interim CEO.
What is it about the Boys and Girls Club?
Well, I grew up in that area. I was a club kid.
Were you okay?
Exactly. So
Okay.
I was principal at Roshaw, at Martin. I would always take the kids to the Boys and Girls Club because we had tutorials. So I would be sure that from Martin, I would walk them. Let's walk to the Boys and Girls Club because I wanted to make sure they got there. And we had tutorials. So it's always had a special place in my heart, the Boys and Girls Club. So I'm really excited about being there, and we're doing some great things, new initiatives that are coming forward to help the youth in our community.
So it's just part of you growing up,
Right.
being in this community.
Right.
And so Mike B and I were talking earlier, the history of the Boys and Girls Club of the Coastal Bend, it's rich. It goes back, okay, I need to put my readers on. 1957, it was established at the La Armada Projects in
Correct.
Corpus Christi.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah, it was by Sheridan Lewis. He was in the oil industry. There was a demand for some kind of programs for the youth. So they came up with the Boys and Girls Club in 1957.
In 1957. And so it has this rich tradition of serving children in the community.
Yes, yes. And so by 1969, the demand grew. They needed to expand. So in 1969, there was 15 acres purchased on Greenwood Drive, and a 30,000 square foot facility was built with a gym, a pool, classrooms, a game room,
Wow.
and what I call a multi-purpose room where we have big events. So it's a pretty big facility. That was in 1969. I said 30,000 square feet. I was talking to an architect not too long ago. Back in 1969, that building cost $400,000. Wow, what would it be today?
Yeah, those days are over.
Those days are over. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's a
So you said 1969, that's state of the art. That was a prime
pretty big.
facility for, and what you said with the classrooms, the pool, the
Right.
acreage.
right, and I attended there. I was there as a kid. I remember my mom would send me to the boys. You're going to the Boys and Girls Club today. I said, okay. So we'd go and have fun there and whatnot. So again, because of all that, I really feel at home being there at the Boys and Girls Club.
And it ties into, again, it's not just, the music is just one aspect of it. But we talked about also the health aspect of it and the sports.
Yeah.
And so here at Del Mar College, we do a lot, quite a bit. We not only have, courses, programming, an associate's degree in kinesiology, but we've got some great programs that, Jason, we're also we're kind of looking at expanding, right? And really getting with the community and collaborating.
Right. We're already kind of looking at that with Dr. Silva. We have some conversations ongoing about opportunities, I think, to really grow our club sports. We've had intramurals for years.
Okay.
And in the early 2000s, if you were at Del Mar College, we had a pretty robust club sport culture here.
Okay. So for our audience out there, what's the difference between the club sport, intramural, playing on a team for a college?
Yeah, like all very, very different. So intramurals is a lot less organized. It's almost like a pickup game of just students that
For
come.
funsies.
Yeah, and it's organized in the sense that there's, someone kind of making sure that they're following the rules. 'Cause it's not fun if there's no rules.
Right.
That's
right.
Well, I mean,
right.
it was fun back in the day, but
Yeah.
maybe as I get older, it's less fun. But the club athletics is a lot more organized. That's kind of like you get on a team, you play groups outside of the college, maybe at Texas A&M Corpus Christi, or maybe you play another league of people that are in their 30s or 40s, softball, baseball, basketball, whatever the sport have you, versus the next level from that is, National Junior College Athletic
Collegiate.
Association
Yes.
or NCAA if you're at a college, or some other kind of professionalized group. And so not all that different from what we've kind of seen explode. If you have kids, club athletics is
Right.
a massive thing. People pay into that. They spend
Oh,
a lot
yes.
of dollars on that.
Yes, we're looking at, we have basketball tournaments there at the club. We've started having them. A local coach approached me and can I use your gym for these tournaments?
Oh,
Absolutely.
man. That's awesome.
Because the facilities weren't really being utilized to its potential. And I said, let's bring basketball back. Another coach approached me and said, I'd like to bring baseball. Baseball tournaments, because we have 2 baseball fields back there. And
I don't think I realized that there were baseball fields back there.
So
Okay.
so he's working on that. So we're the baseball tournament initiative, the basketball tournament initiative. We're even thinking about a pickleball, maybe. So
Sure. That's
so
the
we
new
wanna
hot thing.
expand on that. So sports, but not only sports. We have an academic pillar. We've brought in STEM. We have a STEM lab that was funded by a local industry, and so we have the kids that are building robots.
Who?
wow.
Which industry partner funded that?
Citgo funded
Citgo. Okay. Shout out to
the
Citgo.
STEM lab.
Okay.
We also have a drone camp this summer that was funded by Flint Hills.
Ooh.
So the kids get to fly build drones and fly the drones.
All the cool stuff.
Yeah. So we had gentlemen instructors from Texas A&M come to the club and teach them about drones, about the industry, about the software developers, the
Oh, wow.
pilots, and what it takes to fly those drones. And they brought their drones, and they're big drones. And so the kids were just in awe. Oh my gosh! And at the end of the presentation, they got to fly we had little telos, and all that was provided to us by Flint Hills. So we're excited with that. Our staff is excited. They got to learn how to fly those drones
That's
and whatnot.
cool.
So I told the kids, you guys are lucky. You're flying drones. When I was a kid, I was lucky if I flew a kite.
And that was a big deal. I still
Right,
remember my
yeah.
kite. I had an octopus. It was a really big deal. And now it's like, kite.
I remember
on
the
drone.
kites.
And all of this is free of charge.
Free of charge.
No
Exactly.
cost to parents or anything.
Right. So we do have a membership fee, and for those individuals, those families who cannot pay their scholarships, and we don't turn anyone down. So, and I'd love for people to come out and just tour the facility and just see what. So the Greenwood site is what I call, that's the hub site. We also have other sites. We have a CCISD. We have sites there. We have sites with Flower Bluff, London ISD, and Ingleside ISD.
See, I didn't realize that. I'm so glad that you're talking about that because that is such a reach. Again, it's not just Boys and Girls Club of Corpus Christi, it's of the Coastal
Of the
Bend.
Coastal Bend.
We'll be right back.
Este es el lugar donde quieres estar. Aquí se sueña, aquí se crece. Para graduarte y destacar, este es el campus Oso Creek de Del Mar College. Aquí encontrarás asignaturas básicas y programas exclusivos, además de laboratorios e instalaciones avanzadas. Es un espacio de innovación, transformación y acompañamiento. Este es tu momento, tu futuro. Aquí es donde perteneces. Aprende más en dmcdreams.com.
This show is a production of Del Mar College, where continuing education courses can get you in the workforce fast, including workforce skills awards that are stackable towards Del Mar College credit programs. Own your dreams at Del Mar College. Go online at delmar.edu/CE.
This is where it all starts, where dreams take off and what's next becomes clear. This is Heritage Campus at Del Mar College, home to core classes in arts, sciences, and business, with upgraded facilities and faculty who provide a quality education that transfers with you wherever you're headed. This is a place of creativity, possibility, and success. A place to excel, a place to grow. This is where you belong. Learn more at dmcdreams.com.
This show's a production of Del Mar College. Visit us anytime online to talk about admissions, financial aid registration, and your future career path. We're at delmar.edu.
And so for our audience out there, we are joined today by Dr. Ralph Silva. He's currently the interim CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of the Coastal Bend, but you might know him from CCISD. You might know him from his band. As your instructor at Texas A&M University Corpus Christi. And also joining us is Jason Houlihan, our Executive Director of Marketing and Events here at Del Mar College. And so, Dr. Silva, we're talking about the Boys and Girls Club and the importance that it has in the community.
Correct.
Right? And so let's talk a little bit about that. And also, Jason, you were mentioning there is this collaboration. What have y'all been talking about? What are some... When we talk about collaboration, that's for our community, right? It all comes down to what our community needs.
Del Mar College is on the west side of Corpus Christi for the most part, outside of our Oso Creek campus. But our biggest campuses here at the corner of Ayers and Baldwin, and then our campus at Old Brownsville Road. Mm-hmm. We're right by the
we're
Boys
neighbors.
and Girls Club. Yes,
on Old
absolutely.
Brownsville Road.
Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Totally.
So it's important, I think, for us to do as much as we can to partner. In fact, we're looking at, I know you guys are about to do your third annual back to school drive here at the end of July, like looking at how can we be partners in that? How can we be partners in potentially using the facilities and all that? That's kind of just exploratory right now, but we're definitely going to be involved in the back to school
we're having
drive.
our back to school bash July 25th, and it's open to the public. And, we have thousands that come out to it. And we have different agencies there that are provide education to the parents as to how they can help the youth or whatnot. They get the school supplies, whatever they need to help them be successful in school. So it's July 25th at the Greenwood site. So we welcome everyone.
Do you need volunteers?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We always welcome volunteers to the club.
We'll let Kim Champion, our Viking Experience manager, know about that.
That'd be great.
Part of Del Mar College's, one of our new initiatives is really focusing on creating a culture of care. And we already have a lot of traditions and things that our employees do. But the initiative, what it does is we're trying to make sure that the entire college is kind of wrapped in it. And one of our pillars is volunteering out in the community.
That's great.
And so I know we used to do this with Abel Herrero. He used to have his back to school drive in Robstown when he was a house rep out there. And we would love to support the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah,
as
we're
well.
going to have Senator Adam Hinojosa come visit
Wonderful.
the club.
Okay.
And so Adam and I were in a band together.
No. Okay. What band, and did you look the way you look now? I want details.
So he's a bass player, and we used to play with a local band called Flashback. And so he's a wonderful musician, and I've been his administrative assistant. Has been coming to the club, providing resources, whatnot. And so I'm contacting the senator so he can come and join our School of Rock.
Nice.
And sit in with the kids to play a couple of tunes. So and then do a podcast.
Wow, that is so cool.
I'll have the kids
love that.
Interview him.
Well, and he does. I don't think he probably ever gets to do that very often. But I think that's such a great example to show kiddos, like, you can be one thing, but you've got all these other things around you that, so you can be a state senator.
That's exactly right.
You can be a principal superintendent. You can also be in a band, though. Jason, you're in a band.
I knew that was going to come up eventually.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. I still play much probably dark, dingier bars than you.
So just so y'all know, Jason was sitting here quietly trying to like make himself invisible when he heard where this conversation
Oh
was
man,
going.
I play at places like Boozers. You play at Sugar Shack and the more elegant venues of our coastal bend.
Art is for everybody
That's
to enjoy.
very fair. Thank you, Dr. Chapa.
What is the name of your band, Jason?
My band's name is Miriam. I've played in a lot of other bands in the area, but mostly in kind of that metal, rock, hardcore kind of genre. So thankfully, Casey Lane at House of Rock still allows us to play there
Shout
along
out,
with everybody else.
Casey.
So thank you, Casey. But not a lot of places are
I'll have to go
always
hear
open
y'all.
to that. Okay.
What do you play?
I still play bass sometimes, or I'll sing on occasion.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So we have a bunch of musicians here.
Our band is more a cover band.
Yes.
We have a female vocalist, and she happens to work here at Del Mar. It's called Love Street. So,
Okay.
yeah, we play in the area.
So I haven't had a chance to hit up any summertime shows, but let us know when you're playing again.
So who's your singer?
Her name is Lisa Sullivan.
Okay.
One of our
Yes!
IT professionals.
I just got an email from Lisa.
Yeah, she's our
Nice.
singer, and she also has a solo act. Plays over at Pier 99 on Saturdays, and then we have like a duo where it's just her playing guitar and I play electric guitar.
And so going back to the collaboration, for us as a community college, that is our mission. Right? Everybody has some sort of experience with the community college, even if they're not from Corpus, right? But it really depends. Your college depends on what is happening, the needs of your community, the needs of the people in the community. And so for us, collaboration with our partners is
Absolutely.
key. And so we also collaborate with communities and schools,
Love communities at school.
CIS, Miss Gloria Taylor,
Yes.
everything that's happening over there.
Yes,
With Krista Creek. They do phenomenal work.
absolutely.
And so I know you and Dr. Escamilla go back a long time, which everybody goes back a long time with Dr. Escamilla. Like, I went to high school with him. Oh, this. Dr. Escamilla and Omar Lopez. Everybody knows.
Yeah, we grew up in the same neighborhood, and whatnot, so we've known each other for a very long time. So
He mentioned that the other day. And I think that is probably one of the significant pieces of having a president who also grew up in the neighborhood. It's very rare to have because, Dr. Escamilla grew up here, born and raised Corpus Christi, Texas, his whole family, but then he left for many years.
right.
He was in East Texas, he was in Chicago, he was in Fort Worth, in Austin. And so he came back with all this experience in community college leadership.
Right.
But then he had all of these connections here in the community. And so
Yes.
this is just a great example of that.
Yes, absolutely. When I was approached, by Dr. Escamilla and staff, I was excited about, a partnership with the Boys and Girls Club. The youth in our community in that area, they're the ones that end up at Del Mar College. They're the ones that need to be educated on what's available for them out there, and educate our parents too. So that's why I look forward to having a collaboration with the sports, healthy habits type of thing,
Yes.
academics,
Mhm.
so the sky's the limit.
And we appreciate students coming in from all levels. We have some students who choose to take dual credit with us, while they're in high school, and then they move on and they want to go out of state, to Austin, to College Station. We support those students as well. For us, higher education for everybody is key. But then, like you said, then we have individuals who either by circumstance or by choice were like, I really want to stay home.
And I'd like to chime in on
Mhm.
that, Ralph. I want to underscore the value of what you do. When I was a kid, I went to a summer program not in Corpus Christi, but the equivalent of a Boys and Girls Club for
Mhm.
the summer.
Mhm.
And I think my mom really appreciated that. because it was a all-day thing all summer long. And
Yes.
remember, as a kid, the summers lasted forever. The
It
summer
feels like
was long.
forever.
Yes.
So I'm sure my
So
mom
true.
was grateful. And
Yeah.
there were lots of activities and educational programs that I still remember to this day. And I also remember the lunches. We got lunch every day. And that is,
Yeah, there's a certain thing that you remember at the Boys and Girls Club. I remember riding a Shetland pony.
oh, wow.
And then after the ride, they'd give us peanut butter cookies and milk. And we all looked so forward to that
Yeah.
that afternoon
It
ride.
was
So those
such a
kind of
big
memories,
deal.
you know. Yeah.
And I think that also goes to show the importance of community activity. So I grew up in a small town. I grew up in Orange Grove, and we didn't have that. So you just kind of had to hit up every Bible school.
Entertain yourself.
And yeah, sit with my grandfather on the porch while he smoked cigarettes or go to Bible school.
Yeah.
You know, at Lutheran, Baptist, Catholic, I went, Methodist to all of them. So it shows the importance of valuing your community like our industry partners do.
And to the point you were kind of bringing up about students and all this stuff, what I love about Dr. Silva, what I love about Dr. Escamilla is people staying in our community and continuing to invest. Because I think there's a sacrifice involved in people staying in Corpus
It can.
Christi and continually to giving back. So Dr. Escamilla being here so long, it's an abnormality. And him knowing the community so well. Same for you, all the things that you've given to be involved. And the students that we get to serve here at Del Mar College kind of play into this larger ecosystem of making Corpus Christi what it is. So yeah, we want them to stay here, or if they want to go somewhere else, but we love it when they stay in this community, invest in this community long term.
Yeah. And that's
Absolutely.
key. There's for many generations now, I think there was this whole idea is you have to leave and you kind of isolate yourself.
Right.
But there's this new movement coming back of the extended family, right? Of living with your grandparents being in the house with you now in all cultures.
Right.
That was traditionally a
Correct.
minority culture like the Latinos,
Mhm.
but now it's really coming full circle. And I think Corpus Christi is such a great example of that. We were talking to some industry partners yesterday, and we were telling them a lot of our students choose to stay here. They want to stay. And what I wanted to bring up earlier is you can come to Del Mar College, and then you've got Texas A&M University,
That's
Corpus
right.
Christi
Right.
right down the road. I mean, Mike, we've already talked about like their music program, their engineering program. There's so much that you can do at the Island University as well to continue your
Absolutely.
education.
Yes.
So many paths to success right here.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I mentioned having a pool at the club. You'd be surprised how many kids in our area do not know how to swim. And they live right here by
Yeah.
the bayfront. So that's another initiative that we
Oh,
want
that's
to try
significant.
to get them to learn how to swim, to keep them safe.
So
And it's
that, I
not
mean,
like it's hot here where they would want to jump in the pool every day, please.
and that's just one significant thing. Dr. Silva, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Dr. Natalie.
Jason, thank you for walking down the hall and gracing us with your presence.
You're welcome.
But
You're welcome.
really, this is such a great collaboration. And so I'm so glad that you and Jason are continuing this.
Absolutely. Yes.
On behalf of Dr. Escamilla and the Boys and Girls Club of the Coastal Bend. What a treasure that we have here. And I'm so happy to hear that our industry partners stay committed.
Right.
But for anybody out there in the community, invest in the Boys and Girls Club of the Coastal Bend.
Valero just they remodeled our bathrooms. I
Wow.
mean, they hadn't been remodeled since the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's a wonderful facility with the help of our industry partners. So that's just another
A
example.
great example.
What's your address on Greenwood?
It's a 3902 Greenwood Drive 78416, and I welcome the community to come out, and I'll personally give you a tour of the facility.
Dr. Ralph Silva.
I'll
Thank
say
you
it
so
again.
much.
You were born for that role.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, Coastal Bend, have a great rest of your day.
Adios. This show is a production of Del Mar College. Follow us on Spotify at Viking Radio.